Imagine waking up in the year 1880, washing your face with water laced with lead, and eating bread whitened with toxic chemicals. To us, the Victorian era looks elegant, romantic, and full of beautiful architecture. But behind the grand facades lay a terrifying reality that killed thousands of unsuspecting citizens every single day. In this video, you will discover the shocking daily hazards that Victorians thought were perfectly safe, and the final one on our list will completely change how you view history. It is easy to look back at the 19th century through a lens of nostalgia. We see the beautiful dresses, the sophisticated tea parties, and the rise of modern industrial wonders. But the truth hidden in historical archives tells a much darker story. Survival back then wasn't just a matter of avoiding diseases. It was a daily battle against the very items inside people's homes. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how deadly a normal household used to be. You will understand why modern regulations were born out of absolute chaos, and you will have a brand new appreciation for the simple safety of our modern world. Make sure to watch closely, because history is rarely as clean as the textbooks claim. In the mid-1800s, a vibrant color known as Sheely's green became an absolute obsession. It was used in clothing, toys, and most notably, wallpaper. What citizens didn't know was that this beautiful hue was created using copper arsenite, which is pure arsenic. As the damp Victorian air hit the walls, the fungus would release toxic arsenic gas directly into bedrooms. This slowly poisoned entire families as they slept. But while the air inside the home was deadly, the food in the kitchen was even worse. Food safety simply did not exist during this time. To maximize profits, bakers routinely mixed cheap alum and chalk into their flour to make the bread look perfectly white and fresh. Milk vendors were even more ruthless. They regularly watered down milk and added borax or even formaldehyde to hide the smell of rot. Millions of children grew up consuming these slow poisons every single day. Yet, if you got sick from the food, the cure was often far worse than the disease. If you visited a doctor in the Victorian era, you were putting your life on the line. Mercury was prescribed as a cure-all for everything from headaches to severe infections. This slowly destroyed the nervous systems of the patients. Even more shocking was the widespread use of soothing syrups for crying babies. These mixtures were secretly loaded with heavy doses of opium and morphine. Thousands of infants went to sleep and simply never woke up. But as dangerous as the medicines were, the most terrifying hazard was something women wore every single day. Fashion in the 1800s was literally to die for. The crinoline was a massive cage-like structure worn under skirts to create a dramatic bell shape. It became a global phenomenon. However, these giant skirts were highly flammable and made of cheap, light fabrics. If a woman walked too close to an open fireplace or a candle, her dress would ignite in seconds. It is estimated that over 3,000 women lost their lives due to exploding crinolines. But there is one final, silent killer that hid in the dark. And here is the twist that history books often leave out. The wealthy elites weren't dying because they lacked money. They were dying because they had it. The richest families were the ones who could afford the bright green wallpaper, the latest toxic cosmetics, and the most elaborate flammable dresses. The very symbols of status, luxury, and progress in the Victorian era were the exact things driving them straight to an early grave. When we look at these bizarre historical facts through our animated timeline, it forces us to look at our own world differently. It makes you wonder, what items in our modern households today will people look back on in 100 years and think, how did they ever think that was safe? The Victorian era gave us incredible literature, breathtaking architecture, and the foundation of the modern world. But it was also a time of survival against invisible enemies hidden in plain sight. Remembering their struggle reminds us that progress is always written in the lessons of the past. If you love uncovering the hidden truths of history through these unique animations, hit the subscribe button right now. By joining our community, you will never miss our weekly journeys into the forgotten secrets of the past. Click on the video showing on your screen right now to discover another mind-blowing historical mystery. See you there.